Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Manager 2017 with Newcastle United, and we are closing in on that title race. We are just 4 points behind Manchester City. We do have 2 games in hand in them, although one of those games is today against Chelsea, which is going to be quite tough, especially as we are away from home. Chelsea not doing that badly in the league, and if they win today they will match us for points, but we'll still have one game in hand. In terms of the episodes today, we've got the away match for Chelsea, then the Europa League second knockout round stage against Standard Liege, home and away. We've got a nice week gap between those games, so we'll be able to rest a few players. Get everybody's fitness up before the league run-in, where we take on West Ham, Everton and Southampton. And then we've still got a few very winnable games after that, but we're so close to the end of the season. I think there's maybe just 2 more episodes after this one, possibly 3 if we progress through the Europa League. For the match against Chelsea, I'm putting out a full strength team because it's a while until we have another Premier League game. I think it's 2 weeks until we play another Premier League game. So Simonsen, Origi and Sane are the front 3, Malagoni, Kovacic and Cook in the middle, then Lucas, Almanza, Albini and Chambers across the back 4, Ketchel in goal. We are without 2 centre-backs, or 1 centre-back at least, in Mamana, and Lucas being shifted out to the left because Baba Rahman is also suspended. He just loves picking up yellow cards. Some people have been talking about how bad our defenders have been in terms of getting sent off and other issues, and I think that's a fair reflection. I've strengthened the entire front force and middle area of the field. We've got 2 great goalkeepers. It's a defence that's not really seen any new blood in a while. Albini and Almanza are the latest people to come into it, but they aren't worldy defenders. In fact, I don't think any of them are world-class defenders. So that'll be the area we'll look to strengthen in the summer. I'm quite happy with the rest of the team. It's just about holding on to the players we've got, and hopefully we can win the league this season, and that starts with a victory at Stamford Bridge today. Ketchel plays the ball over the top. Simonsen trying to go for the header. It's come to Mercado for Chelsea. Now Kante plays it in behind for Valand, over towards Juvakic, but Ketchel's there to save. Hazard's free kick. Oh, and it's gone in. I think it was Fred with the header. It was, and Chelsea have taken the lead, and we're yet to really get into this game. Malagoni looking to get an instant reply if we can. Simonsen pushes the ball out wide, but Chelsea have got it back with Valand. Not sure what that ball was about, but Kovacic has got it. Now Malagoni plays it in towards Simonsen. Origi just looking to find that last little pass to Naya with a tackle. Here's Sane over to Malagoni. Kovacic, can he play in Simonsen? He's gone out wide to Lucas. Ball across. Zuma clears it. Again by Lucas to Sane, but over the bar. Corner from Hazard. Comes to Fred. He pulls it back to Valand. Now Mercado, shot blocked, and Malagoni can bring it away. He's tackled by Gerrard. Chelsea just seem to have the better of us completely today. Hazard finds Valand. Ketchel saves it. Kante out to Denayer. Ball cleared away by Kovacic. Sane can't get it further away. Hazard in towards Kante. He finds Valand in the area, runs inside, and that was just tipped wide by Ketchel. Very nearly went in. Malagoni plays it forward to Simonsen. There's a counter-attack on. Origi's played in behind. He's got the pace on the defenders. Tries to put it back. It's come for Lucas. Zuma clears it away. Here's Almanza. Now Lucas. Malagoni going to the other side of the field with Albini. Just trying to play it through the middle. Goes out wide to Sane. Cuts inside. Past 2 defenders. The shot deflects into Courtois' arms. Origi cutting in from the left-hand side. Gives the ball away to Kante. And then tries to get it back, but Hazard has it. Pushes it out wide to Gerrard. Ball over the top looking for Valand. He's a very pacey player. He's got ahead of the defender and he's found that bottom corner. And that could well be the end of this game. Chelsea have utterly dominated us today. Zuma plays the ball back to Courtois. Push forward towards Abubakar. Now Coco. Across to Hazard. Into Abubakar again. Good tackle from Almanza. Malagoni with a risky pass there, but he's found Zivkovic. Kovacic playing it over the top. Kostianski's got in behind, and he's put it wide. There is a full-time whistle. It's been a really disappointing defeat. The team just not up to standard whatsoever. That's 2 defeats on the bounce now. Away against Sunderland in the FA Cup, and now away against Chelsea in the league. We are still ahead of Chelsea. We do still have a game in hand. We can close the gap on City to just 1 point. but we have to win that game in hand. It's going to be very difficult now. We're 1 point behind Manchester City with 10 games to go, and that's if we win, or with 9 games to go if we do win that game in hand. And it's all very close. Chelsea United still trying to catch up with City and us. It is Europa League last 16 time as we take on Standard Liege. They're a team we should be beating very comfortably. So I have rested a few players, get a bit of rotation into the team. Ronaldo and Zivkovic are coming in on the wings. Simonson's still up front. Kostianski's actually going to play in midfield. I've never played him there before, but he can, in theory, play that position. So I'm going to give him a go there today. Kovacic alongside him. Samper just behind those two, with Rahman, Lucas, Almanza and Mamana across the back four. And Emerick Müller is going to start in goal. Benassa, just hanging onto the ball, finds Yanaris. He slips it through for Hassan on the overlap. Hassan tackled by Lucas. Here's Kostianski in the middle. Now Ronaldo. Into Kovacic. Kostianski again forward to Ronaldo. Simonson's moved out to that left wing, but he's cutting inside now. Goes past one and another. Still going Simonson, and he's hit the crossbar. Lucas into Kostianski. Now Simonson. He's looking for someone to make a run. There's Mamana. Pulls it back. And Zanetti gets there, but Yanaris has fouled Ronaldo and we've got a penalty. Up steps Simonson with a penalty and he scores it. We've got the lead. It's taken a while, 30 minutes, but we should be able to kick on from here. Diarra puts the ball in. It's cleared out by Mamana and Kostianski's chasing after it. I think he might not have anybody in front of him. He's got one defender to beat and then he loses the ball to him. Here's Meite to Silla. Diarra, now Ferha. Loses to Kovacic. Simonson in behind to Zivkovic. There's Simonson again. Pushes out wide to Baba Rahman. He puts the ball across for Simonson, who gets the header to make it 2-0. Simonson with a free kick. Dinks it in, and Lucas's header goes straight in for 3-0, and this tie is almost certainly over already. Ferha plays it over the top. Heed's got ahead of the defenders, but it's a good recovery tackle from Albini. Ronaldo plays the ball over the top, but Easy's there. Ball just bouncing from one side to another at the minute. Diarra. Tackled by Mamana, and Mamana's going to get another red card. What is wrong with this man? Good Lord. How many times have we been sent off this season now? Well, there's the full-time whistle. We did manage to hang on with 10 men. Keep the clean sheet. One away goal in Belgium will leave Standard Liège needing 5 goals, which is just not going to happen. We're almost certainly going into the quarterfinals. It's the second leg against Liège. Now we're hoping to get an early goal, completely put this tie to rest. I'd be stunned if we went out of the competition at this stage. Still a pretty strong team going out there. Simonson will continue to lead the line with Ronaldo and Zivkovic supporting him. Melagoni, Roding and Samper in midfield. Rahman, Almanza, Albini and Chambers are in the back four. And Matthew Ketchell's getting the start in this game because Müller has picked up an injury. Albini, forward to Melagoni. He's found Ronaldo. Cutting across the defenders. Plays it back to Samper. Roning into Simonson. There's Zivkovic. Dangerous position. He beats the defender, although he comes back in with a strong tackle. We've still got the ball though, and here's Roning. Back to Samper with a lot of space. Melagoni. Can Samper pick out the right pass? He's found Melagoni again. He plays it brilliantly out wide to Chambers. Puts the cross into towards Simonson. It's Zivkovic with the rebound. And we've got that early goal inside 2 minutes. And Standard Liège will need 5 goals to go through now. Zivkovic. Over to Melagoni. He plays it out wide. Baba Rahman. Sends the ball in, and Simonson with the easy header, finishing that goal for 2-0. 35 goals for the season now. Endong plays the ball forward to Heed. Now Endow. Back to Benassa. Hassan, they're playing very narrow, and Baba Rahman. Oh my word. He's been sent off. How many times have we had red cards? I don't understand this at all. I'm going to have to look at the team instructions. I know we have get stuck in on, but this is a little bit ridiculous. The number of red cards we're getting. Roning Plays it forward to Zivkovic. Just 5 minutes left. Still haven't conceded a goal despite having 10 men in both of these legs. Almanza wins the header. Here's Taylor. Forward to Zivkovic. Looking for that third goal if we can get it. Roning to Simonsen, who's still on the pitch. Hassan to Endow. Now Heed. Pushes it out wide to Zuccarelli. He's in the area, puts it across, and Endow does get the goal for Liège. It's only a consolation goal, but it means it's 2-1 and they could still salvage a draw from this game. Well, it has finished 2-1. We are comfortably into the Europa League quarter-finals. Never really in doubt. Divock Origi hasn't even played in this competition for a while and he's in the top scorers. I think Simonsen will be just behind him, maybe on 7 points. But we should comfortably be able to progress through this competition. Hopefully we don't draw a big team in the next stage. Here is the Europa League quarter-final draw. There's still some big teams in there. The likes of Bayern, Juve and Dortmund are all going to be difficult if we draw them. Everton, Sevilla, Gladbach and Sporting would all be fine. But I suppose we need to beat the best teams if we're going to progress. We have avoided Juventus, but there's still Bayern and Dortmund to come. And it's Sporting that we get, so Bayern and Dortmund are going to have to play each other. That'll be another big team knocked out of the competition. And then Everton, Sevilla will put a reasonably easy team into the semi-finals too. There's no reason why we wouldn't be beating Sporting, so we should be able to make the semi-finals of this Europa League competition. Well, as it stands, we have dropped down to 3rd place, if only because we are lacking the game time that some of the other teams have had. We are still well clear of the Champions League places. I don't think that's a big issue this season. I do want to finish in the top 3 just in case. But we should still be able to progress up the table. If we win our 2 games in hand, we leapfrog Manchester United and close the gap on City to just 1 point. They are on a brilliant run of form at the minute, those City, so we do need a near perfect run of games. For the match against West Ham, we do have a full-strength team out there. Origi and Sane returning to the starting lineup. Simonsen continues ahead of them. Melagoni, Kovacic and Cook are back in the middle, with Lucas, Almanza, Albini and Chambers across the back 4 and Ketchel in goal. Melagoni. Ball's run for Cook. There's Simonsen. In behind to Origi, who hammers it into that bottom corner for 1-0. Tutan finds Gomez, our former player, but Cook steals the ball from him and Simonsen plays Sane in behind. He's taken a very direct run at goal and Svilar needed to save that one. Lucas, cutting in from the left flank, beats the defender. Melagoni to Kovacic and Cook is there. Ball over to Kovacic. Here's Lucas in a bit more space. Kovacic to Simonsen, who's hit the woodwork. Well, I have no idea what just happened there. Ketchel scored no goal. I honestly don't know what happened. It was a long ball over the top. Z Gomez was there. I thought it was going out of play, but he pulled it back, and it must have deflected off Ketchel into the back of the net. And it's 1-1. Well, we're into the last couple of minutes. It looks like we could be about to lose this game. I was about to say it looks like that Z Gomez fluke goal was about to cost us 2 points, but that tackle from Zivkovic could be about to make it 3 points dropped at home to West Ham. Rodriguez with a penalty. He does score it, and we've got 2 minutes to try and save something from this game. Torres plays it into Rankin Costello now. Obiang. There's Gareth Breen. Back to Tutan. Ball over the top for Slight. He's in behind. It could be 3. It is 3. Torres just puts the icing on the cake for West Ham. It's been a crazy game. We've had 16 shots, 10 on target, dominated possession, but West Ham are going to get all the points today, and I just don't understand it. Now there's a full-time whistle, and it's a defeat at home to West Ham. Absolutely unacceptable. That's 2 league defeats in a row that are really going to cost us in the title race. If we win the game in hand, we will close the gap to 4 points with 8 games to go, but that's only if we win the game in hand. At the moment, we're looking like we're in a Champions League race with Chelsea. And it's absolutely soul-crushing. Every time we look like we might be putting in a title challenge, we just completely throw it away. It's like the game's programmed to make us into a club of chokers. If you guys are managing Newcastle in your games and you have managed to win the league, do let me know, because I could do with some reassurance that it is actually possible and the game isn't built to prevent us from ever achieving it. It's going to be so difficult to overhaul Manchester City from this point. Well, we're back in league action today, and it's a big match against Everton. We are at home again. We have to win this game, otherwise the title race is pretty much over for us. Manchester City will pull just too far ahead. So full strength team out there: Origi, Simonsen and Sane up front, Melagoni, Kovacic and Cook. Then Rahman, Lucas, Albini and Chambers with Ketchel in goal. In fact, I don't think it's too different from the team that were beaten by West Ham 3-1. But we absolutely have to beat Everton today. Corner from Kovacic, in towards Lucas. Albini with a header, but he's put it over the bar. Traore to Pulisic, Vieto's there. Tackled by Albini. Chambers on the ball. Now Leroy Sane, cutting in from that right flank. Holds up the ball. Pulls it back towards Melagoni. We've got players over on the left, and here's Babarahman. He puts the ball in first time. Simonsen with the header, and Sane latches onto it with a lashed volley into the top corner. This hasn't been the most eventful match, and we certainly haven't created as many chances as we maybe should have, or at least scored as many goals as we should have. But we have managed to grind out a 1-0 victory. That will do for me. It means we're just 4 points behind City, 8 games still to play. They're on a phenomenal winning streak at the moment. I can only hope that they're going to have a poor patch of form in these last 8 games. Otherwise, we have no hope of catching them. It's so tight between us, Chelsea and United, but fortunately we're still 5 points clear of West Ham despite losing to them. Well, it's Europa League quarter-final time, and we are at home against Sporting Lisbon in the first leg. It's a full-strength team going out there. We're playing QPR in the league at the weekend. They are bottom of the table, so I'm not too worried about players not being 100%. Hopefully we can win by a few goals and rest players in the return leg. No real surprises in the team. It's the same front three midfield as the last few games. Lucas is playing at left back. Almanza and Mamana, most importantly, are back in the middle. Chambers at right back and Ketchel in goal. Melagoni pushes that ball over the top. Zivkovic has got to it, and Zivkovic is fouled by Alan, and we've got the chance of a penalty to take the lead. It's Melagoni to step up. And he does score. I think that was almost straight down the middle, but he's got his 7th goal of the season to give us a lead. Kovacic with the 90th minute corner in towards Cook. It's headed out towards Zivkovic. He puts the ball back over. There's Carvalho edge of the area. He sends it in. Comes for Cook. Now Simonsen in to Zivkovic, and he just couldn't get enough power on that to get it past Rui Patricio. Well, there's the full-time whistle, and Sporting have managed to hang on. Their goalkeeper, Rui Patricio, made 16 saves today. We did still get the victory. That's the most important thing. An away goal in Portugal will leave Sporting needing 3 goals to go through. So I'm hoping we can do that and get ourselves into the semi-finals. But that is going to be all for this episode. It's been a little bit of a frustrating one. Only the 2 league games today. But we have managed to 3 league games, sorry, but 2 of them were defeats and 1 of them was a victory. But we have been a little bit fortunate in that Manchester City lost their game away against Southampton, so they are now still only 4 points ahead of us. We've got a game in hand. If we win that, we will move back up to second, and there'll only be 2 points between the top 4 teams, which is going to be quite the finish to the league season. We've got our game against QPR at the weekend, and then we'll have the second leg against Sporting Lisbon in the Europa League. Then we have games against Leicester and Southampton before the really, really big match against Manchester City. It's away from home. It's going to be difficult, but it's definitely something to look forward to. There's only a couple of episodes left in this season, so make sure you subscribe so that you can check them out and see if we can finally win this Premier League title. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it, but until next time, see ya.